Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. You saw the title. I am doing another special donation request. Bethany Moore, thank you. I'm always humbled and grateful when somebody makes a donation to the channel. You requested that I do George Strait's song, I Can Still Make Cheyenne. This may shock some of you, but I may not know this song. So in any case, but I wore the hat that Dave and Christine Emsweiler gave me. Dave, I hope you're doing well, my friend. And I'm going to swap hats. And thank you for your kind, sweet comments too, Bethany. That was just, I mean, when I read them, I'm always like, I'm not worthy. You know, when people say something nice, that's maybe the way I was raised. I don't know, but thank you. All right, here we go. I Can Still Make Cheyenne.
Her telephone rang about 9:15. She heard his voice on the other end of the line. She wondered what was wrong this time.
Oh, this time?
She never knew what his calls might bring. With a cowboy like him, it could be anything. And she always expected the worst in the back of her mind. He said it's cold out here and I'm all alone. Didn't make the short go again, and I'm coming home. I know I've been away too long. I never got a chance to ride a car, and I know this rodeo's been hard on us all. But I'll be home soon, and honey, is there something wrong?
God, this could go in so many directions. Usually you could kind of get some sense. I love this kind of songwriting that leaves you guessing. And there's a time or two in there where I felt like I was listening to Alan Jackson. And that happens, you know, you got like a little phrase or a word or inflection, and it just immediately in your mind, this other artist pops into your head. This, for some reason, reminds me of a song by Miranda Lambert, but I can't figure it out yet. But I don't know where this is going. I know we're going to find out.
She said, don't bother coming home. By the time you get here, I'll be long gone. There's somebody new, and he sure ain't no rodeo man. He said, I'm sorry it's come down to this. There's so much about you that I'm gonna miss. But it's alright, baby, if I hurry, I can still make Cheyenne. Gotta go now, baby, if I hurry, I can still make Cheyenne.
They both knew.
He left that phone dangling off the hook, then slowly turned around and gave it one last look.
Imagery.
Then he just walked away. He aimed his truck toward that Wyoming line. With a little luck, he could still get there in time. And in that Cheyenne wind, he could still hear her say, she said, don't bother coming home. By the time you get here, I'll be long gone. There's somebody new, and he sure ain't no rodeo man.
It's tough being married to an entertainer or anybody who's on the road. They're away so often, you know. It's just you want to be with someone. We're social creatures. But that one line where he let the phone dangle on the wall. This is before cell phones, clearly. The song was written then anyway. I don't know when George recorded it, but the imagery of him staring, and it says he took one last look. He turned around and took a last look at the phone dangling on the wall. So he's like looking at the end of a long distance relationship. Distance. It's, it just breaks the heart.
He said, I'm sorry it's come down to this. There's so much about you that I'm gonna miss. But it's alright, baby, if I hurry, I can still make Cheyenne. Gotta go now, baby, if I hurry, I can still make Cheyenne.
It's always Cheyenne, isn't it?
She never knew what his calls might bring. With a cowboy like him, it could be anything. And she always expected the worst in the back of her mind.
She cut that out. Yeah, I don't think, there was fiddle in there, obviously. They almost closed out with it, but I don't think there was steel in there. I wasn't looking for it. I was so focused on the emotional, relational content of this. The instrumentation was beautiful, though, to support that story. And George tells a good story. He doesn't write his own stuff, but when he takes on a song, he makes it his own. Relationships are hard, you want a given thing, and when you get married, you're like, the hope is that you can make it work, because we all know it might not, but you go in with the expectation, and you pretty much need to, that you'll make it work, you'll make adjustments along the way. I'll have to make an adjustment to whatever my personality or whatever my issues are that need to work to give to the union, the marriage. And then you're doing the same, presumably. But, when it's a line of work that might be all he can do, or primarily all he can do, that's where his heart, as far as work goes, is. But he's always away. And she needs somebody who's there. Not only that, you can live with somebody on the road to an extent, but if every time the phone rings, you don't know if the person broke their neck, that's a very hard way to live. It's one thing, if you're married to an entertainer or a business person who's always traveling to do real estate deals around the world or whatever their thing is, when the phone rings, it's not going to be they broke their neck or they're in the hospital. It's they got delayed. Their flight was canceled. Oh, they now have to go to South Korea from China to fix something for another day or two and then come home or whatever. This is different. It's going to be tough, Bethany Moore, that's a really good suggestion. The theme of this song is so familiar, and I mean like really familiar. I haven't reacted to it because there's none of that is in my records, but part of it sounds familiar, but the part that tells me I didn't hear it before was that image of him staring at the phone dangling on the wall and this relationship ending. There are other themes where, Cheyenne seems to be always the place. Maybe that's the bronc or bull riding capital of the United States or of the world. But, some of you folks can speak to that. Chris Ledoux, I've done, a number of his songs. And I actually think he passed away in Wyoming. I think he was from Texas, though, but moved to Wyoming. His son Ned lived or lives in Wyoming still. But that seems to be where it all happens. And I've been through Cheyenne on my way from Boulder, Colorado on up to Rapid City, South Dakota. I drove, but we didn't stop. We were trying to get up to Rapid City. Yeah, that was a pretty, pretty song, and it was sad. Bethany, I wonder why you requested that. Have you been dated, married to a guy, or is it just you like the song, I love to know some of the background, feel free to share or not share anything. I'm just curious. It always goes through my mind a little bit. Oh, what am I going to rate this? Oh, that was pretty. The instrumentation was purposely understated. And I like that. I love that about traditional country, traditional sounding countries, that you get to lean in to hear what's going on. They don't come at you. You're never brushed back in really traditional country. You're sort of invited in. And that's how I felt here. And it was a sad invitation, or an invitation to sadness. But the number that popped in my mind on this is an 8.9. It's so close to a 9. But I'm going to stick with my initial reaction, which, was the 8.9. So, Bethany, thank you again. That was very sweet of you to take the time and the generosity to make the donation. So I moved it way up the list, and because the regular requests, I've got over 100 of them, in my file. But when somebody goes through the trouble and the generosity to make a donation, I move it way up the list. So there you go. All right, guys. Leave your comments. You could thank Bethany. You could do what you want. Be kind no matter what, please. And that's it. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.